If Manchester United were going to have any chance of winning the FA Cup, you'd think they'd have to start well. Instead, 13 really did prove to be an unlucky number as Ilkay Gundogan wheeled away in celebration within those many seconds. For all the detailed pre-match preparation and build-up, there was simply no excuse for conceding the quickest goal in cup final history. That set the tone from the very start, and despite a noticeable improvement afterwards, the damage was largely already done to a United side that had their confidence shattered. City remained in control for the majority of the match, while United were largely held at arm's length, unable to match a team that is indisputably the best in the world. It was always inevitable Ten Hag would look to use January's home win over City as the blueprint for their cup final clash, which always meant a midfield role for Fred. The Brazilian will openly admit he is not the most talented member of the United squad, but he can still sometimes offer real value when deployed in a supporting role to help his teammates. Fred's biggest problem is that he isn't consistent enough, and for every masterclass in a United shirt, there is a disaster class to go with it. Unfortunately for United, this was the latter. Fred was chasing large shadows for most of the afternoon, and whenever he did manage to get close enough, it more often resulted in him conceding a foul instead. His misfortune was summed up by the needless free kick he conceded that led to City's winner, the latest lazy lapse of judgment that has been so synonymous with his time at the club. If there was any doubt about selling him this summer, this was a timely reminder that he has already overstayed his welcome. United were devoid of ideas and down on their luck. Then they brought Alejandro Garnacho on. He might only be 18, but he is already of huge importance to this United side and is arguably their most important game-changer already. No United player had a better ratio for minutes per goal, assist in the Premier League this past season than the teenager, and it could be a similar case next season when he only grows in importance. From the moment he came on, Garnacho sparked his side into life with his fearless and direct style of play, and he almost had a goal when he cut inside and curled an effort agonizingly wide of the far post. That attempt lifted the entire team and inspired his side to their best spell of the second half as they grew in confidence and pushed higher up for an equalizing goal. It's been a tough few years as a United fan, but Garnacho at least gives a reason to be excited about a bright future. "Have you ever won the treble? Have you FK?" was the chant of choice for many United fans as they made their way to Wembley on Saturday afternoon. It remains arguably the greatest achievement in the history of modern football, one that separates United from any other side to have ever played the English game. Having come to terms with City matching their record of 3 successive Premier League titles, the wish is that City won't ever be able to match their triple triumph across a single league season. United tried their best to do that, but ultimately were no match for a team that is still a few levels above them. It'll be up to Inter Milan to stop them now. There is a myth amongst rival fans that United only protest against their club's ownership when times are tough, but that couldn't be further from the truth. United supporters were loud in their anti-Glazer chants during the Carabao Cup final back in February and used their latest Wembley visit as another opportunity to make their feelings clear. The latest protests had extra effect given that both Avram and Brian were in attendance, and no matter where they were seated, There was no escaping the true feelings of many towards them. United have built some solid foundations under Ten Hag this season. Now he deserves owners that match those ambitions.